Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's live stream. I'm going to start off today with Wild Hop and Drop, and I'll just mute myself on the other device. Good evening, Angus. Hope you and Rob are good. And good evening to the Eastbourne boys. Liam, good evening to you. And Carl, good evening there. Good evening, Eddie. Let's hope it's a good one tonight. The internet's been blowing a bit hot and cold today, but hopefully we can get a few bonuses, and a trouble-free evening would be good. Good evening, Peter. Good evening, Paul. Right, can we land this? Come on, stop! Yes, it has. I can't believe it. Wild Hop and Drop. Darn, I haven't even had time to look at the lists for the next game. So right. Okay, I'm just trying to find the game's list. So, going to go on to Wild West Gold Megaways next. What a cracking start that one was. By the way, tonight, this is not just on YouTube. It's going out on Kick at the same time. So, yeah, I know not many people are on Kick, and it's much better to run these from YouTube, but yeah, it is out there supposedly at the same time, but I'm tuned into YouTube on my device here. So let's give Wild West Gold Megaways a go. Good evening, David W. Wild Celebrity. Yeah, we'll see if we can get some celebrities on board. Or Bouncy Bombs or Toshi. Righty-ho. Bob Christmas Carol. Eddie. Or Uncle Rod Christmas Carol. Okay, thanks, Carl. The game audio's up as high as I can actually get that. I can't actually put the game audio up any higher than it already is, so I'm not quite sure why that's not coming through clearly. Strangely, we had the same problem last week, and then it rectified itself. But yeah, it is on maximum volume on the desktop audio, so I'll try to get the butler on the case. Good evening, Paul Heslop. Times 10 on Marlin Masters. Yeah, it's settled for times 2 or whatever the next level is on it that's never been achieved. Tim Rusty, good evening to you. Good evening, Chris D. Paul, yeah, getting those selections added to the list. Obviously, I'll try and play as many games as possible this evening. I've been off the drink the last few days since Epsom. Kind of overdid it a bit on the Oaks and Derby weekend. So, but anyway, I'm back on the vino tonight. So if it suddenly hits in and people wonder where I've gone, it's probably because it's kicked in a bit much. Yes, David, there seems to be... Oh, can we land it again? Another tease? Oh, that whisker, that one. There seems to be no rhyme or reason behind these notifications, David. I mean, they're sort of planned for exactly the same time each week at 8 o'clock. I mean, the notification at 8:03 is probably more accurate because I'm normally a couple of minutes late starting. There always seems to be some minor teething problem at the last minute, but quite why there's so much variation, I don't know. Difficult to explain. But no, they're going to sort of try and do these most Tuesday or Wednesday evenings. The rest of the week is a bit more difficult, really, and certainly the weekends are a bit of a no-goer. So I'll keep you posted with them. Just check out the Gentleman Gambler on YouTube or gentlemangambler.com. There, all the details of the forthcoming lives are on there, really. And I kind of prefer doing these in many ways. Right, we're not having much joy here, so let's go on to Big Bass Christmas. So no joy there. I hope you're enjoying the caricature on the left-hand side. There, remarkable resemblance. But yeah, it's amazing what you can do with the graphics. Needless to say, it wasn't me that created that. So, here we go. Big Bass Christmas Bash. Thank you for the choice there, Carl. So, let's get this off and running. So the only one I've got landed tonight before sort of play started is Gates of Olympus. So yeah, Leap Shard duly obliged, and obviously we've got Wild Hop and Drop. But no, it's a decent few days at Epsom there on the Saturday. Some associates had got one of the buses quite near to the finishing line, so that was a great experience, and most of the drink consumed was on the house, which was pleasant. So made for a decent day out, that really, and I'm glad that the how many times did that go past? I was glad that they decided to put the buses back to the finishing line again at Epsom, because it wasn't quite the same when they'd moved them to the sort of 2.5 furlong pole on the opposite side of the track, and luckily common sense has prevailed, because it's all part of the fun. That you want to have as many people on the buses, standing on the open top bit, cheering the nags over the line as possible, really. So decent day out. Paul Witchheart Megaways, I shall have a look for that. Right, let's get a double chance here. Oh, not far away on the right. I thought it was exactly the same symbols that just went past on the second drop. Kind of knew that wasn't going to happen, really. So starting balance tonight was just over 900. So there's one no bonus in amongst the Leapshire landing, so probably just slightly behind the 8 ball, but not far. So if we can get another couple of bonuses quickly, it will stand us in good stead. PK, you got no chance of that. You'll be talking to yourself on Kick Chat, unless I buy a fourth screen to watch off. Then yeah, you're talking to yourself on that. Console Kid, I'm not allowed to say. But if you go to my website, gentlemangambler.com, you will find details on there. We live in a rather mollycoddled world these days. Right, we're not getting much joy here either. So let's go on to Candy Blitz Bombs next, assuming this doesn't land. Well, if it does land, I'm switching anyway. So Candy Blitz Bombs. Obviously, the one-off prize draw that ends at the end of June is still ongoing, as is the usual sort of usual prize draws. So if that's of interest, yeah, please do have a look at gentlemangambler.com. Much obliged. Right, come on, hurry up and load. Good evening, Craig. Hope all is good. I shall get tanked loaded up. Yeah, Eddie, I keep a yearly tab, and I put the results on gentlemangambler.com each year. This year so far, just under 5k down. So it sounds a lot, but if I get a max prize tonight, then a lot of that gets wiped out. Maybe even all of it. So on the previous 4 years that I've run the channel, it's pretty much been on or around a 10k loss for the year each year, which is disappointing, really. I mean, you think if you hit a couple of max wins along the way, I'd end up a year in profit, but not quite happened like that. And it seems almost a consistent losing level, which in the long term you probably would expect, but in the short term you'd think, well, I should get a few max prizes, really, but still never got one in pretty much be 5 years in at the end of August that the channel's been running, really. Quite know where the time's gone and all that. PK, I've just been handed a copy of your missive on Kick. And good evening, Callum Adams and M Pot as well. Thank you for the comments there. And yeah, cheers for PK for the double view. There, that's grand stuff. Eddie, no, I'll keep that separate. There, the footy and horse bets. Horse bets this year I'm definitely ahead on. Football I'm definitely down on. Although I did get a good accumulator on the penultimate week of the season, I think it was. Fulham away at Brentford. Leicester, I think it was Ipswich at home. And who was the third one on that? I might have been Bournemouth to beat Southampton. Someone to beat Southampton, I think. And that paid an 11-1 odds, so that was good. But yeah, horses had a good run on Touchwood this year. And actually very close to getting that nice each way one at Epsom that I was talking about on the last live stream. Women finished 4th at 22-1 there, and it only finished 4th because it was kept too far back in the race. And yeah, on another day, if it had been ridden more prominently, that would have definitely been placed. Right, come on, drop a scatter. And we're there. It did drop a scatter. It's had to be slow to drop in on my screen. That did, but that's good to get that one. Great choice there, Swan Silver. Thank you for that. Right, let's go on to Angel versus Sinner. Obviously, Sinner just missed out, didn't he, in the French Open final? He'll be quite wondering how on earth he's lost that. I mean, he was absolutely all over Alcaraz in the first couple of sets. I know, the second one went to a tie break, but Alcaraz was absolutely hanging on. I don't know how he ended up losing, or how Alcaraz ended up winning the match, but there we go. Maybe fatigue set in. Right, let's get this thing on the go then. Yeah, PK, I'm going to get the occasional feed through from what's it called? The other platform, Kick. So yeah, I'll get the occasional response. So those that are watching on Kick, fear not, you won't be ignored all evening. Just for most of it. But no, I appreciate people turning up on both platforms. You can never say never, really. And although it's better to play on YouTube because the numbers are much better if they ultimately go down the route of oh no, you can't show anything that constitutes a risk here. Then it will obviously transfer entirely to Kick, but obviously need to make people aware that if that happens, there is a second platform, so it won't be the end of the world. So PK, that's 4, including you, myself, the butler. There's one other person on there. Unless you've got 2 laptops switched on. Good evening, Panda. The microphone's high tech, I'll have you know. And it is an actual microphone rather than me yelling in close proximity to a laptop. So, Eddie, I used to go to casinos quite a lot, especially the sort of South London ones. Victoria and the Sportsman in Edgware Road were the 2 that I frequented most. But I don't tend to sort of go to casinos much anymore. probably have a trip out to Vegas at some point in the next year, and obviously it'd be difficult to avoid casinos there, but I think London's lost a bit of its appeal to me, really. It's you know, it seems like every time you go there you're sort of getting fleeced for money the whole time. It takes much longer to get there than it ever used to do. You know, you should get there in 40 minutes on an evening, and now you're probably looking at a 3-hour round trip. Hello. Oh, it dropped the blooming 100 out, didn't it? There. Come on, game. What have we won? Oh, I've won something good here. Right, it's the Sen. It's flying up, folks. That's an absolute stonker. I thought it'd broken there with the 100 on there. Keep it going. Wowzers. What a win. And I don't even know if it's slowing up or not, because it's just going slow on the screen. Oh, 400 and counting. What a win this is. Oh, this is absolutely brilliant stuff. Keep it going. 600. I'm in a state of shock. Good grief. I thought it had dumped 100 off. 800. Come and get a bag of sand out of this. I'm going to pinch myself and wake up. I've overdosed on the wine. Go on, get to the bag of sand. Oh, yes. Get in there. 1080. What an incredible win. And that was just the 100 dropping off. While I was talking about the max win, what a choice this one is, Liam. Absolutely brilliant. I don't care less if it bonuses or not. What a choice. Crikey, if they'd given the 100 there, I mean, how much more would that have been? I'll have to try and work that out a bit later on. I mean, you'd be really looking at 6k at least there with that setup. Unreal. Right, well, what a turnaround that is. So 900 start tonight. I mean, 860 odd up now after this game. I can't believe that. Cool. Right, well, bring it on. Even this looks half decent. I mean, the game that keeps on giving. This is. I'll give it another 25 spins, I think. See if we get the bonus to put the icing on the cake. Yeah, let's give it 30 more spins. It seems in the mood. Absolutely seems in the mood. Yeah, great stuff, Liam. I'm absolutely chuffed with that choice. I honestly did not expect that to be anywhere near 1,000, but it was flying up really quick at the start of the Sen. So from that point, you kind of knew it was going to be decent. But the monitor was running a bit sort of slow here. I kept expecting it to stop. So yeah, get a bag of sand out of it. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Oh yeah, it's funny. I'll just buy it at the end. Yeah. Oh, it's actually only 75 to buy. I mean, that was definitely a Yannick Sinner race, that one. Hayden, we've just tried actually Wild West Gold Megaways. That was an earlier request tonight, but if you pick another game, I will happily incorporate that. Well, what a win this one was. Okay, let's go on to Wild Celebrity Bus Megaways, and then I will go on to Witch Heart Megaways after that. So Wild Celebrity Bus will be the next one after these 7 spins. Yeah, you know what, Eddie? I mean, I'm drinking the red wine cautiously, but it won't be quite so cautious the remainder of the stream now. Going to up the pace a bit. Not even sure I've got much champagne on the go. Right, anyway, Wild Celebrity Bus. Next, brilliant stuff, Liam. Absolutely chuffed with that. Yeah, so here we go. Wild Celebrity Bus. That was Epsom, PK, not Ascot. Ascot's next week. Might be more smoked salmon on the bus at Ascot next week, though. I wasn't too impressed with the nibbles, but the drinks were free. It's not open top, PK. They've spoilt it, really, haven't they? Should have all the celebrities waving. Please put me on the front of a newspaper. Yes, PK. I did get the winner on the Derby, although I did back 3 horses in the race. One of them finished second to last. Where did the other one finish? The other... oh yeah, Ryan Moore, but I didn't have very much on that because the price was a bit short. So yeah, getting the winner was good stuff. Hayden, yeah, I remember that one really, really well, because when I was playing it, it delayed the respin, and because it delayed it, I fully expected it to be really good. I was actually almost expecting it to give the very top mammoth symbol. So yeah, when it respun to the Tigers, I think it was 2050. That paid, and that was absolutely brilliant. It was all bar 1, maybe 2 spaces that were taken up. But yeah, it sounds like 540x. Yeah, different animals there. So the users just you've paid a bit less by sounds of it, not quite the as much as the Tigers, but it's a nice setup when you get that, really. I mean, there's so many like mystery symbols filling up the screen that it's going to be good, even if it turns it into a naff one. But because of the setup, it's almost certain that it's going to put a decent one in, really. Maybe Grandma G PK nuts. Although she's aging fast. Yeah, Hayden, I agree, because it's so unexpected to get such a decent in-play win. I mean, you know, like the one earlier tonight. It's not expected. Whereas, you know, you're almost looking when you play as damage limitation before the bonus lands, really. So yeah, it's a surprise element that really takes it there, takes it to another level, really. and it's much needed as well, because I mean, not had a good run again the last few weeks. It's just total swings, roundabouts, and buses. Hayden, I'll just get back to that. Just watch the respins here. Oh, it was very early days on the channel. If you go right back through the videos, on about the 4th or 5th video I posted, which was 3,500 on Danger High Voltage. That was one of the real... come on, drop it in. Hardly ever does on this respins feature. But I've had a couple of really good ones as well as that. You know, in the 3K sort of region, there was one near the Sugar Rush clone that paid 3K. But yeah, never had a max prize, so that's the challenge, is to get a max prize. If it had given that 100x, I reckon that would have been the max prize earlier on tonight. Right, is this the last respin? Yeah. Hardly ever does it. Can't even get the wild there. No joy. No joy. Yeah, Serial was... Oh, blimey, we're out of Ghost. Right, let's go. Witch Heart Megaways was the next one. So, no joy there, David. A shame that respins one, but yeah, I've had that half a dozen times lately, and it's never given the win on that 4th scatter. So... right, here we go, Witch Heart Megaways. Still not had a good bonus on this one, but I do quite like the concept of it, so I'm going to keep persevering with this game until I get a good bonus. So yeah, thanks for the choice, Paul. Well, Hayden, one thing I will say is the RTPs are much better online, and you've got to kind of go on the basis, well, if you're playing a game at 96% or above online, and the bookies are only offering you 88 if you play on £2 a go on a lot of them, then in the long term you're going to be much better off, you know, playing online. Really, it saddens me in a way, you know, these sort of bookies and pubs all going down the route of this digital stuff, because especially for those, you know, who've had a good few drinks in a pub, and you know, they sort of wake up the next morning and they've pumped hundreds into a machine. And when you had the old style ones with the physical reels that was, you know, you had one machine and it was physical reels that you could see. Well, you know, you might lose £50, £100 in an entire evening. You wouldn't lose, you know, 500 or 600. And some of these games on those terminals, you know, really they could be absolutely illegal in my view. There's overregulation online here now. I had an email from Coral, actually, who I you know, tend to place quite a few horse racing bets with. Oh, we've restricted your account. You can now deposit 200 maximum a month. So I just said, forget that. You can close my account. I'm not interested. It says overregulation online and no regulation in bookies or pubs. Really. country's in a mess. Anyway, that's the rant done for the evening. There are pretty many people out there, I reckon, that probably say the same. Good evening, Kirk. Yeah, PK, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, drop me an email there on that, and I'll reply to you, no problem. And yeah, thanks for the your understanding on the query earlier. Let's just say it was a bit of a glitch on my part there, but no, thanks for clarifying what you meant, and yeah, pointed out a sort of slight discrepancy in the process there as well. Yeah, quite a few peripheral sort of bits and bobs on this game, but come on, land it. We're there, aren't we? We're slowing down to 3. Is that enough on this? Remember. It looks promising. It looks promising. Yeah, you don't always know. I've only ever bought this game, so that's good stuff. Right, wasn't expecting that one to land, I must say. So good choice there, Paul. Paul CFC, thank you for that. Let's go on to Christmas Carol Megaways. Nice Christmas themed live stream tonight, this one. Antes, good evening to you. Hooligan Hustle, I shall get the butler to have a look. Yeah, thanks, PK. Appreciate the feedback there. Yeah, obviously, those that haven't been to gentlemangambler.com before, have a look, because as PK said, there are good offers there, and people will know that if you enter on my site, you stand a very good chance of being drawn out of the hat. All the draws are conducted live, and you know, almost all the people drawn out do tend to turn up on the live. So you know, really appreciate that, folks. Yeah, Hayden, that's ludicrous. I mean, there was a time when people just walked into bookies with, you know, brown envelopes stuffed full of money and wanted it on a horse. And one of the best autobiographies I ever read was Barney Curley's. He's a Newmarket-based horse racing trainer, but he liked to let's just say put one over on the bookies every now and again. So he used to get his horses primed and prepped for certain races, and he would do doubles, trebles, you know, fourfolds, and spread them over multiple bookmakers. And that, I think, his final sting yielded over 2 million, and he had about 40 runners, basically placing these bets across a series of bookmakers for relatively low stakes. But if you added them all together, they ended up being high stakes. He just had to be a bit sort of crafty with the way he placed the bets, and it's a bit sad it's coming to that, really. I don't know of any stores that have put restrictions on shopaholics. You know, people spend thousands every month on clothing. I'm not sure it's happened yet. And why should gambling be subjected to this? You know, I fully understand that there should be the means out there for people to control spending should you wish, but I just don't think it necessarily should be enforced there. But that's, you know, my personal opinion. the UK has changed an awful lot in my lifetime. Some for the better, but quite a lot for the worse, I reckon. Ah, Swan Silver, you know of Mr. Curly. Yeah, anyone that's not read that book, it's called Giving a Little Back. Barney Curly, you probably won't find it in bookshops now, you'd have to order it online, but all sort of, proceeds that he made from the book were sent direct to his charity, Direct Aid for Africa, and it's a brilliant read, honestly. There's so many good tales in that. Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. If only that were the case, PK. If only that were the case. No, I haven't seen that yet, David. I will, after the stream's finished, I'll check that. Yeah, Hayden, you're absolutely right, and it was only Ladbrokes that I can remember that did that. Basically, you could spend £10,000 per spin. I kid you not. You are correct about the maximum being 100, but that was only on a straight-up number. So you could do 100 on a straight-up number, then do 200 on the 4 splits. 400 on the corners, and basically you could fill the reel, and once you got to sort of £10,000 spend, then you could spin the wheel. But here's the funny part: you didn't even have to wait that 10 or 15 seconds rigmarole for the wheel to spin round. It had an option, reveal number, so you didn't even watch the spin. It just showed you what the number was. And that was in Ladbrokes, and I can remember getting quite heavily involved. It was about 900 into one of the terminals, and I was running out of time because I had a sort of meeting that I needed to attend there. So I thought I'm going to go one last hurrah and chuck a whole load of money on 26 or on or around it, and boom, it landed 26. So I ended up picking up about 1,880. Off that final spin, yeah, and just handed my ticket into the cashier. They paid me straight out, and I, walked into the meeting with a pocket stuffed full of money and that. And come on, drop it in. Got the jacks at least for the next go. Now, hold it. Oh, come on, that's all over, isn't it? Yes, it is. Get in there, right? What an evening this is turning into. Fancy that one. That's great stuff. So, great choice there, Eddie. Thank you for that. Let's try Marlin Masters next. See if McElroy can sparkle. What an evening this is. Yeah, and all the notes fell out my pocket, PK. All with Ladbrokes stamped on them. Good evening, Jamie. Hope all is good. Yeah, decent stuff, Phil, that. Jam and Jars, I'll get the butler to check that one, Jamie. Good evening, old school Paul. Not sure Return of Kong is here. You might have to pick another one there. I've received an update. Yeah, tanked. Craig, no tanks, I'm afraid. Console Kid, there's no championship darts either. Liam, there was no relax gaming, but given your last choice, I'll give Barrel Bonanza a go fairly soon. And yeah, maybe Zeus v Hades. A couple of choices for that. Right, we're having a bit of trouble loading this one up. So let's go on to Zeus versus Hades. Quite sure what's happened here, folks. The screen seems to have frozen at the moment, or have I missed something here? I've been waffling on while the butler's been doing it, so it's bonus. Alright, okay. Oh, get on the sherry. First press express. I don't know. I'm losing it here. Right, let's go on to Zeus v Hades. Load that one up, please. Yeah, thanks, PK. I was reading the comments, and the butler was a bit eager to get the next game on the go there. Anyway, there we go. So good old Rory. Excellent stuff, and a fine choice. The problem is my monocle only goes in so many directions here. And this wine is reacting a bit, so I have to go... Right, here we go. Zeus versus Hades. Yeah, Swan Silver. I just have actually. Just have. I had a whole load of Riocas arrive earlier on. So yeah, I'm gonna store them in the cellar, and maybe have one of them this evening. Duncan, one of my favourite games, that one, but there's no big time gaming at this site at the moment. There is no good IPK. That was part of my Saga test there, and I didn't understand what the sort of the optician meant when she was pointing at the screen, but apparently I had to signal whether the symbols went up, down, left or right, whereas I thought she meant, talking about the gaps in between them. Anyway, it was, if you'd been there, it would have been comedy gold for the best part of 10 or 15 minutes, because there was no language translation either. It was in a country where the lady did not speak the King's English, so yeah, it was about 15 or 20 minutes. Anyway, I think after that she just wanted me out of the place as quickly as possible, really. Swan Silver, I shall have a look for that. Yeah, Liam, it's not only are they dropping in, we've got a nice looking balance at the moment as well. So yeah, well, this game can be a tough one to land. I've found in the past. I certainly can't see the small print, PK, so on each of these games people are like, oh, why don't you read the instructions? Well, literally I cannot read them, and that's with the monocle in. So yeah, there's definitely issues there, but what the hell, we crack on. Right, come on, land the Colosseum. Oh, shame. Yeah, not getting many chances on this. I still can't believe that win earlier. I mean, when it was on the screen here, it looked like it had frozen and the 100 had already been added to the numbers. So when that dropped off, I thought, oh, that's disappointing. But it wasn't. It wasn't remotely disappointed. Good evening, Glove. Good to thanks for tuning in. Let's go on to Dogghouse Megaways next. So no joy there, Zeus v Hades. A couple of choices for that, but Dogghouse Megaways will be the next one. But yeah, many thanks to everyone who's tuned in. So far, so good this evening. Obviously, no prize draws at the end tonight, so that's one less thing that can't go wrong. But no, we've got plenty of offers on gentlemangambler.com there at the moment, and yeah, always very few people enter the competitions, but much obliged to those that do. This game used to give brilliant in-play wins, I found. I mean, in the early days of playing this, I had about 1,400 off the Super Dog, just in normal play. I don't know why it's being so tardy here. Another brilliant win off the Pink Dog, about 700 odd, and not really much since. That was a good couple of years ago. David, it was just over 900 was the starting balance this evening, so absolutely in Clover at the moment. PK, I thought it was the Bank of England. But it can't have been because there wasn't a giant glass building built directly behind it. Glove, I will just check the bonuses. We have 6 so far, but we did have a 1,080 in-play win along the way, which was absolutely fantastic, and that was on one of Liam's choices, Angel Maria versus Yannick Sinner. First 3 reels all dropped in multipliers. There was a 25 in amongst those, and good symbol on the 4th reel, and yeah, it kept going, so 1,080, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, you see the screen I'm looking at doesn't have the because I need to use a larger monitor in order to be able to see it, so I don't actually look at the second laptop, which has the scrolling graphic now going along the bottom of the screen here. It's all getting quite high tech for me, this stuff, you know. So you see the Marlin Masters was the last one to land, and next bonus landing soon. Let's see. David, it'd be approximately 9:45, 9:50 this evening for playing the bonuses out there. But yeah, not looking too grand on this one. Not really any in-play wins of note, unless I missed those as well. So let us play Le Viking next. And earlier choice from Tim. So, Le Viking in the next one. No draw on Dogghouse. Whew, right, here we go. So I take a couple of days off alcohol, our body doesn't know what's hit it. So, going to activate the the quadruple chance of landing the bonus. Oh, 3 buzzing bottles, PK, at the moment. I had a brilliant setup on Dogghouse not that long ago, Hayden, where it had literally, but it was too few spins left in order for it to really capitalise, and that's half the problem with that. I think you're probably more likely to get a max prize choosing the Raining Wilds bonus, but I don't, because most of the time it's terrible. But I reckon on that you've more chance of hitting that super setup, and it's, you know, the ways can be a lot better as well on that. We've got it. Last one in the corner. Excellent. Well, that was a good quick bonus, that one. Thank you for the choice, Tim. I'm going to move on now to let's do Big Bass Boxing, because I've not played this one before. And thanks, Paul, for the choice there earlier on. Trying to get around to playing as many selections as possible, but Big Bass Boxing. Let's hope we can land a knockout blow. I'm here till 10. Quite enjoying this tonight, I must say. That win has definitely turned a pretty mediocre day into a most enjoyable one. Glove, I shall note that. Played a couple of Megaways ones tonight. Right, here we go. Ding ding, round 1. Let's get that on. Now, I wonder if this has the does this have the sort of super fish there? Maybe that is on the buy super free spins. Oh, here we go, an early chance. Oh yes, get in. What an evening this is turning into. First tease, off we go. Ding ding. Right, great choice, Paul. That's fantastic stuff. Okay, let's go on to Sugar Rush 1000 next. Stephen, earlier choice of yours. Oh yeah, can't beat a first tease land. The graphic was correct. The next bonus did indeed land very soon. Right, here we go. Next. It might be relegation candidates next season, Hayden. I haven't seen much in the football news today. Is their manager been booted out now?
Came in with such a high reputation, and actually they'd have been better off keeping Eric Ten Hag, who I thought didn't do a bad job there, really. But no, this constant need for change's sake, doesn't always work. I mean, even Ollie Solskjaer, he seemed to do pretty well at United, and but no, wasn't their cup of tea. It's almost like the directors have got to justify their position within the company there, doesn't it? Really. So yeah, that'll be an outside bet for next season, mightn't it? United to get relegated. Right, got quite a lot of games. Got a lot of choices still to play out, so I'm trying to play as many as I can. Let's slow it up a bit. You're running a bit tardy, some of these pragmatic games tonight. I don't know why. Some people say they're sort of overly graphic based, and that's why they do have a tendency to slow up a bit more than some of the other games. Or it could just be like the lightning fibre here is its usual hopeless self, but I don't think it is, because the other games that I've been loading other than pragmatics seem to be running absolutely fine. Yeah, quite a lot of heart set. Connect. Is this live? Yes. There might be a 2-second delay between it, my speech going to the microphone, or coming out on YouTube. It's actually quicker than it used to be. It used to be like a 20-second delay. So, and that's the reason really why I only concentrate on the big screen here, really. Rather than the laptop, because the laptop's tuned into YouTube, and obviously the graphics are slightly behind on that, so if I commented on that it wouldn't sound right at all. Yeah, Stephen, the respins are the absolute key on this game. All the best wins I've had of when it's respun there. I've had the occasional one where it's given good ones off the pink globes late on in proceedings, but all the best ones have been with the retrigger, which I'm kind of due a retrigger on this game. Glove, I think that's the blueprint one there, Diamond Mine 2, so yeah, that'll be a no-goer. So, let's see if this drops in 2 scatters. Okay, let's play Buffalo King Megaways next then. Glove, this was your any Megaways choice, so Buffalo King. And I'm kind of playing games that I feel owe me a good win. Buffalo King Megaways definitely does. So, no draw on this one, but cracking evening so far. Wait, get off the laptop. Right, so here we go, Buffalo King Megaways.
Yeah, let's put the double chance on, see if we can...
So, there's a few games
here that the
Butler's advised
are not.
a few games here. A few selections that are not here. Says no relaxed gaming, Phil. Says
That rules out Snake Arena. There's no limit, which is annoying. You know, I hope they get
those added soon, because there's some good games there from the no limit lot, and there's no blueprint, so that rules out Primal. Swan Silver Power of 4 slots is not here. Tome of Madness, Stephen, that's not here. Mental 2, not here. Elk Games, not here. Maybe I should just name the ones that are here. Diamond Mine 2, Clover, sadly not here, no blueprint. And Gold Cash Free Spins, there's no Inspired. There are Pragmatics. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame, but anyone who's selected those games that are not here, please do feel free to keep the selections coming. Eventually I'll find a game that's here. Yeah, I miss the blueprint ones at times. They're hardly on any sites that I play at, and you know, Diamond Mine, the original, you know, one of my favourite online games without any shadow of a doubt. Danger High Voltage for the big time gaming lot, another old favourite, and you know, Bonanza, the original. Oh, that's got to be good. That's got to be good. Oh, not quite a bag of sand, but a good in-play win. The bears all across the screen there. That was nice. Just dropped in one on the final reel, I think, to make that decent in-play win. Well, good teamwork there, Glove, let's say. Even if it doesn't bonus now, it's a profit. Yeah, been an absolutely stocking evening as such. Colin, was he filming in a garage in a racing chair by any chance? I've never seen that channel,
By the way. Well, Hayden, it's the people that win, you know, sort of 2 million every single time they, you know, go near a computer, and yet they're still filming the next day from the same old crummy garage in one of those go faster chairs there that get on my nerves the most. You know, and the fake friends gang, you know, oh, high fives, aren't we amazing? We've just won 2 million. Yeah, good on you lads, well done. I've said it before that you know, I used to post the odd comment on these sort of sites saying, yeah, well, jolly well done. You know, show us your proof of withdrawals if you don't mind, and you know, my comment would just get deleted. That sort of spoke for itself, really. Yeah, it's just tedious. Might as well play Space Invaders and just try and set a high score. Yeah, Hayden, there was a programme which is interesting actually. And this was a Channel 4 documentary back in the day when Channel 4 actually made proper documentaries without trying to ridicule people. And I'll go on to it in just a moment because I'll need to get the next game loaded up. So let's go for a bit of dueling. Duel at Dawn next. Yeah, and again it's fizzling out on this last spin. Oh, come along. Right, okay. Yeah, let's try and move on to, what was it? Duel at Dawn next. Yeah, so anyway, going back to that story about these Las Vegas casinos. So basically, this Channel 4 documentary was about this lad who was selling up, pretty much all his, belongings and everything, that was any value to his name in order to go to Vegas and put all of the money on, red or black. I think he ultimately put it on red. But so the bet was approximately 65,000 off memory. Could he find a casino in Las Vegas that was going to put or take this bet just on a one-off wager? No, he couldn't. But we got Duel at Dawn. Great choice there, PK Nuts. Yeah, so that says it all, really. The fact is, all the big casinos, they weren't interested in this guy and taking his bet. Right, let's go on to Mourinho's Megaways. Yeah, let's go on to Mourinho's Megaways next then. Great choice, PK. And it just shows how difficult it is to get a single bet like that. Yeah, he did win. He had to go into some what I'd call like a Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro style casino downtown. He probably did well to get out of the place alive. Yeah, it's 126k. Blimey, my memory's good occasionally for these sort of stats. I think the figure I quoted was almost spot on. So chuff my memory still works occasionally. It's just the eyesight and the hearing and all the other things that are wrong. But yeah, the memory's still good. Yeah, so it was a really good show, that one. And yeah, but it just shows how difficult it is for a one-off bet like that to be taken. You're all very well and good if you're in Caesar's Palace and you spend millions every night over a selection of numbers, because they kind of know in the long term, the casino, that you're going to lose money. But on a one-off bet like that, there's every chance that they'd have a 50k liability. I couldn't believe it when he had so much difficulty in getting the bet placed. But no, it's a good documentary, that. No, I think we're talking about the same person, Hayden. I think he put it was about 63k, maybe it's a bit more than that, but it was just a normal down-to-earth sort of English chap or whatever who just wanted a big bet in Vegas, and he did win. He did win the spin and got paid out. And then, yeah, promptly lost both his arms trying to get out of the casino. Craps is good fun, Colin, if you get on a roll in that game. It used to be a good casino in back in the days when the marina in Brighton first opened, and it was the upstairs bit. It was absolutely brilliant when it first opened, that casino. And yeah, in the upstairs bit they had a craps table there. It was cracking fun, that was. And a really good restaurant as well, I must say. I
most of the time, I mean, I didn't tend to spend much in the place. I did quite well in there. It was a lucky casino for me, that one. And but yeah, I'd go in there, you know. Always go, oh yeah, come along, you know. Supper's on the house and that on the casino tonight. So, oh, can I play first? That was great. That place back in the day. No way, Hayden. Are you kidding me? That's absolutely ridiculous. What's wrong with them? It's any excuse not to pay out, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I've never had a problem collecting any big amounts from bookies, but I don't tend to really bet very big other than online. I mean, even when I was at the Derby there, I mean, nearly all my bets were just on Betfair, because the odds are better. And it's just like, you know, why would I go to an on-course bookmaker or a shop when I know I'll get better odds online, really? But yeah, it's just pathetic, to be honest. It's an excuse for them not to pay out. That's all it is. This is quite a good Megaways setup. Oh, is that it? Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, it's getting to the point, Hayden, where, you know, if someone wins over £5 online, you know, security will have to be called. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just absolutely stupid. Oh, somebody's landed a football bet that's paid £100. So yeah, let's call the police. Yeah, but Eddie, back in the day in the UK, if you did that and it landed zero, you would actually get half your stake back. But I think they've abolished that in the casinos. Now, if you backed red, black, or any sort of even money shot in a casino and it landed zero, they would give you half the stake back. Then these terminals started turning up in the bookies, and then I instantly realised that if it landed zero, you got nothing back, and I'm fairly sure that the casinos then followed suit. The actual casinos. No joy there. Let's go on to Jam in Jars. Bit of jamming. Nope. A bit tardy loading this one. I'll give it a few more seconds, but it's not looking promising. Right. Doesn't look too promising for jamming there, unfortunately. Let's try Hooligan Hustle. So, let's hope this one loads up okay. Some of the games do seem to be a bit tardy tonight in terms of loading. That's a very good question, Hayden. A very good question, and I would estimate that this is going to be roughly just before the year 2000, slightly before then.
maybe 1998, 1999. Right, hopefully we go with Hooligan Hustle. It's half loaded, but there we go. We have a continue option. Pressing away merrily on there, and absolutely nothing was happening. Yeah, I think it was just over 20 years, Colin, because I do remember that meeting quite well, and oh, can we get on the bottle? Oh, shame. Yeah, I hope so, David, because the last two streams have been really good as well in terms of landing bonuses, but the actual amounts they've paid off the bonuses have been terrible, really. I mean, you could probably play them out 100 times and not get worse bonuses than I've had in the last two streams. So you almost feel like law of averages suggests that there will be some good bonuses tonight. Yeah, I should not get the ball chap there. That would have been paid all right, actually. That. Good evening, Mr. C. Hope you and Becky are good. It's been an absolutely cracking evening, to be honest, Simon. You missed a £1,080 in-play win. I kid you not. Yannick Sinner served up an ace, and the rest is history. And yeah, it took a while to count it all up. Brilliant. So hence the cracking balance, because the start tonight was just over 900. Stop! Yes, we got another one. Right. Okay. I have to. Hooligan Hustle. Bum. Ant S, you'll have to tell me which side to go there. Thanks for the choice. Let's go on to 7 Lions Megaways now. And we've got 10 games landed, and currently, 600 up. Not bad. I mean, that's a pretty good cricket score, that, isn't it? 600 for minus 10 wickets. Yeah, it'd be nice, Hayden. It was good. I was more worried about the balance ending up, fizzling out early doors, but it was a few early okay games, then that stonking one, so there's no chance of it running out this evening, but it's been cracking stuff, this. Yeah, Simon, it's that's not great. That's go past the M20 or go through the M25 on coming back from Stansted after my my Saga holiday a few weeks ago, and that was horrendous. There, getting through that, and that was a morning land, which made it even worse. Really, but it seems wherever you go at the moment, it's difficult to avoid. $182, Roby. Yeah, good, thank you. Hope all is good. Yeah, it's been a stonking evening so far. 600 up and 10 bonuses banked as it stands, so it'll be a profitable one. It's just a case of how much. I've got to say, some of these pragmatic games are running very, very slowly. Almost to the point where they're unplayable. That was a really slow spin, that. Yeah, I might go on the bus next time, PK. I'm not a big fan of flying. Just nod off on the bus. At least I don't have to show my passport every 10 seconds. Yeah, Simon, it's landed. It landed on the first tees, funny enough. Oh, come on. What is wrong with this game? Yeah, so that just sort of summed up the evening, really. There's been some good in-play churn on other games. As well. So yeah, the list of games that are landed. Come on, land another. Oh, this is an innovation that the Butlers added, which I can only see if I squint at the laptop rather than looking at it on the much bigger screen. But as you'll see along the bottom there, those are the ones that have landed and the order that they have landed in. And there's even a caricature that. On the left that gets in the way of some of the some of the on-play stuff. The top hat is intruding, but there we go. It's only blocking out the buy free spins option on this one. But yeah, for those that want to see where I'm playing at tonight and any offers that are ongoing, there are some on gentlemangambler.com. I've had chances on this. It doesn't always give you chances, this game. I've got 7 times higher chance, but it still doesn't make a jot of difference half the time. Alex, good evening to you. Eddie, the answer to that is no, not very often. I once went in an arcade when I was about 16 or 17. There were loads of these old noughts and crosses style machines, and they used to pay out tokens if you hit the max price, which was £4.80. And anyway, I was on sort of holiday in sort of Brighton area. I went into this arcade and I just went on an extraordinary run. I must have, accumulated about 140 odd pounds worth of these tokens, and the place, they told me to leave. They said, on your way, I said, well, I want to play the tokens back and turn them into cash. It's like, no, on your way. So after that, I don't really have a very high opinion of arcades, really. So the answer to that is no. It sort of put me off at a young age, really. I prefer the more social side, really. After that, and I like to have a drink when I'm playing. It calms the nerves a little bit as well. It's like, most of these streams are, normally I'm having a sherry or a wine. A whole load of Riojas that have arrived as well. So I've been to Dunbar, Hayden, but not Dundee. Right, let's get the next game on the go here. Scroll down. Boom. 3 Buzzing Wilds next. So probably going to be playing for about another 10 or 15 minutes or so. And then I'll play the bonuses out about 9:45. This has been a stonking evening, folks. And many thanks for joining. Eddie, I just ended up keeping most of them. I was too terrified to go into another arcade. Um, you sort of stop playing tokens in another arcade. Why are you giving me tokens? It put me off. I'd kept most of them at home for years. I think some never ever got used. Thanks, Swan Silver. That's good to hear on both fronts. There, yeah, as I say, it's you obviously do stand a good chance of scooping a prize if you sign up at one of my casinos, because I'd never get that many numbers really. So much appreciated for you doing that, and for others that have along the way as well. Really. Yeah, that's right, Simon. Yeah, 20p was the value of the tokens, and I think the wins on most of these games were £4.80. That's the win I can remember. If you got a £4.80 win, it paid it all in tokens. If it was £2.40, it would pay it in cash. I don't know for the life of me why they ever issued these stupid tokens. Why not make it all just cash? Even at that young age, I was absolutely baffled. Oh dear, we've got the pragmatic pause here. So apologies for the fact not running particularly quickly at some of these places, but I'm fairly sure it's pragmatic themselves. It often does this in sort of peak times in the evening. Yeah, Eddie, there was one game in particular I remember. I think it was called 50p Repeater, where it gave you this random sort of skill stop up a ladder, and it was quite easy actually to hit the sort of upper echelons where you get a payout if it gave you this skill thing coming up randomly. I remember the 50p special where it paid out about 20 odd pounds, but all in blooming tokens. I mean, how can you call a game a 50p special and then you don't get 50p's coming out, you just get a load of tokens? It's absolutely peculiar. Carl, I think you're probably right. I think they just wanted you to spend the money back, and obviously the payouts weren't great anyway. Stop! Oh, one off. I genuinely thought that was going to stop in time. That. Young at heart, Panda. Yeah, you might be right, Hayden, or it might even be £2. There, it's I think on the roulette in these shops now, or whatever, you can only play £2 maximum on a roulette wheel, which to me seems absolutely pointless. Unless I suppose you back one number and wait forever for it to come in. It's a far cry from the £10,000 that you could do back in the day in Ladbrokes, and not even watch the reel go round, just reveal the number. So how times have changed. Right, let's what have we got on? Let's go on to another Big Bass one. Big Bass Splash. So I think I'll probably play on for another 5 minutes or so, and then I'll get the bonuses played out. But this has been a great evening, and it's nice to be in this position of, well, how much is the profit going to be? Yeah, Swan Silver, and that's if you lose the £30 as well. You know, there's every chance that you deposit 30 and you end up winning before the draw's even taken place there, really. But yeah, it's a goodwill gesture last month. Obviously, you know, I wanted to make sure that anyone who'd signed up on the previous month and had to wait an entire month without being, drawn out the hat, I didn't want them to walk away empty-handed, as it were. Hence why the gesture to give 50 away there to those who are kind enough to wait and patient enough to wait for over a month. So yeah, it's much appreciated, folks. And it's good fun doing the draws, actually. That's probably the most nerve-wracking bit of the evening is, so I have to get a pen and paper out. I genuinely do write the numbers down for pen and paper to check there's no duplicates, or nothing goes wrong with the draw or enter the wrong number of entries on the draw. And that's the most nerve-wracking bit of the evenings for me, really. Oh yeah, there was always some smart ass, wasn't there, PK, on the fobs. So, the likes of those who play it every single day and know where the zero starts or where the real starts. And sure enough, if it landed the big number, that it only landed it because they were stood there, and obviously they would want a tip or a commission as a result of bringing you good luck. And if it didn't land, that was your fault for not choosing the number they'd selected. Yeah, Eddie, absolutely agree. That happened, I used to play, the occasional sort of fruit machine in pubs, sort of social side, not often on my own, but friends were, they'd often have a punt on the pub ones. And if anyone if people started watching but chatting away merrily at the same time, I had no problem with it. It was the hawkers that I didn't really like there, who were blatantly watching, so I'd just stop playing. I'd stop playing, turn around and wait until they left. Oh, why is this running so slow? It'll probably take about 45 minutes to play the bonuses out, folks, at the rate it's going. Oh yeah, Hayden, and then the people who turn the terminals sideways, thinking that will help tip the ball out of the number it's landed onto their one. It's a computer. It's a fixed screen. Yeah, I do, David. And there was always the white horse. Was always the big outsider there. But it was uncanny. I remember them well, actually. Those games. It was uncanny. Every time you backed one of the shorter priced odds, boom! The 25-1 white horse would fly off into the distance. And funny enough, nobody had a single penny on that. Yeah, some slightly inappropriately named horses on those games as well, as I recall. Yeah, you wouldn't have done, Hayden. That's probably going back about close to 40 years, I reckon, with them. But David's absolutely right. Okie doke. Let's have a hacksaw game to finish. What have we got here? That's one of the earlier choices. Let's go for bouncy bombs, David. It was an earlier choice of yours. Here, see if we can land one quickly to finish. And then I'll get on off to make this the final game, and then we'll play the bonuses out after this. But yeah, not often I'm in a position where it's profit before the bonuses are played out. So absolutely stonking stuff. Right, okay, off we go. Yeah, Eddie, they soon went away after it stopped, because I don't know whether, you know, these people used to go around from pub to pub hawking. Hello. Yummy, yummy. We have a bonus. Right, let's get the bonuses played out then, because the PC is running. No idea who Jonathan is. But let's get these played out in the order they are written on my spreadsheet, which will be the first one, was the only one that was landed off air tonight, which is Gates of Olympus. Yeah, let's hope so, PK. And given the last two live streams also landed a good number of bonuses, but paid terrible on the bonuses, apart from maybe one game that played well, you do sort of think, this might be the night where 2 or 3 go off. David, if that happens, I will be absolutely delighted. Absolutely delighted. I'll settle for 2.5, but yeah, if we make it to the magic 3, then what a night it will have been. Right, 15 spins, here we go. Let's see what Leapshire has in store. Thank you, David. Thanks, Eddie. And Peter. Let's hope for some good ones. Oh, come on, we need a start. Yeah, I need a red one there. Yeah, got that. Now we need the leap. Come on. Oh, it was all set up. Never lands the red ones. Blimey. Right, well, 3x. We're off and running. Thanks, Adrians. Come on. On this. Oh, it's just not combining the leaps, is it? This is terrible. Leap. Oh, gee, the symbols are so bad. Oh, that's awful. That's an absolute stinker, isn't it, that one? Goodness me. So much for the... Right, anyway, we've got still got quite a few to play out, so let's go on to Candy Blitz Bombs next. Well, that's better than the bonus. That makes up for it a bit, doesn't it? 28.16. There we go. Right, so let's get Candy Blitz Bombs loaded up next. Swan Silver, this was your earlier choice.
they're being played out in the order they're written on the spreadsheet that the butler has created. Which isn't visible, by the way. That's on about the fourth laptop. Right, so here we go. This one can be a good bonus. You need the higher value multiplier to land and shuffle it up the ladder a bit, really. Okay, that all helps. Yeah, not bad to get to 10 on the first round. Sometimes it goes ridiculous this time. Let's go to like 80 or 90 on that multiplier before. Yeah, okay. Okay, Class 5, we're in with the blues there. Ah, what? Missed the times 12. Right, another 11, so can we get lucky on these last three? Another 6, crawling along a bit, isn't it, really? Yeah, that'd be reasonable. 16 pence. Come on, drop a nice number in. No, 35, but good final. Alright, not quite the final round. One to go. So this is half decent, this one. Obviously help getting the multiplier going early doors. Dead spin. Okay, 75, not too sad at all, that one. So the next one to load up is Wild Hop and Drop. So let's get Wild Hop and Drop on the go. Okay, apologies, I was momentarily distracted. Come on. A few more bonuses, otherwise this is going to be curtains. One there. Gonna need 2 on this final go. Can we do it? Oh, goodness me. I saw the first one drop in there, and I thought that's definitely going to land. So that was disappointing. After actually it started off okay. Okay, bouncy bombs next then.
This should be the last one played out, but on the spreadsheet it was requested much earlier, so obviously on my spreadsheet it shows us higher up. If I start jumbling the order up and trying to second guess the games, I'll end up just forgetting one. Obviously we had the moon that wouldn't load last time, but I did put out a short video a day or so after with that one. It didn't pay too bad on the final spin, about 110 off memory. Right, anyway, let's see what Mr. Boombastic has in store.
But on this game not so long ago, I got 3 lots of 10 landing on the final round. It does like a 10x, this game. Got a character out of the Will-O-the-Wisp, that does on the right, for those that remember that years ago. Oh, yeah, we got the jam, good. Come on, any more multipliers? No. Yeah, there's another 10. 19. Oh, is that it? 780. Goodness me. It's not a bad game, this, but it's just not quite connecting, is it? Oh, no, no luck right at the end. There, that's a shame. I thought it might have been in the mood, that one, but not to be. Christmas Carol Megaways, Eddie. If you're quick, Eddie, let me know which side you want to go on Christmas Carol. Otherwise, I'm going to go 10 by 5. And being pragmatic, you probably have got 10 spins. Okay, thanks, Eddie. Got to say, you probably have got about half an hour before it loads up. So, Christmas Carol Megaways. Right, it's reappeared. Thought it disappeared for a minute. Malice, that's every day under Labour. Don't you know? They're only here to take our money away. Right, so 10 spins it is. Good choice there, Eddie. Glad you've picked that one. I don't really like the mystery one on this because I've had so many times. I had about 5 in a row where it gave it 5 by 1. And it wouldn't give me, 15 by 10 5 times in a row, would it? Oh, no way. How are we not in there? Right, good old Harry Potter. That'll get it moving. 15, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, plenty of aces. Okay. Oh no, there's a few outshots there as well. Oh, not quite firing this one. That'll be okay. Second best character, that one. Yep, not bad. Okay. I often get a re-trigger on this, do you? Aces. Want to go? Yeah, I thought we had a jack on the 5th reel there. It seemed to just bounce off at the end. There we go, well, not bad, 72. Not too shoddy, that really.
Yeah, Eddie, I fully agree. It just doesn't seem fair, the mystery on that one. So, what have we got next? Rory McIlroy and Marlon Masters. So here we go. Can we make it to stage 2? Of course we won't. But let's just hope for a good bonus instead. So here is the spin that I inadvertently seemed to miss. It didn't register straight away earlier. Right, here we go. I must say with this game it does land really quite well with the extra chance on. Right, we have 10 pence. Come on, where's Rory? I know he's playing golf this week, but can we make it to £1? Yes, we can. Right, 11 even, and we have a Rory on the meter. Yeah, okay. Oh, what a shame it's ×1 again, though. Oh, what a shame he's ×1 again, I should say. Address the man correctly. That was a bit naff, wasn't it? I was hoping for a good one off that. So still waiting for this excellent bonus to arrive, but we still have a fair few to play out. So Le Viking is the next one. Yeah, Ben, exactly what I was thinking on Christmas Carol. You took the words out of my mouth there. Like fly fishing, that was more like PK. Fly fishing with J.R. Hartley. Right, Le Viking next then. So this is another really early one that landed on about the 4th press, I reckon it was. So, here we go. Berserk, right, if you say so. Well, that's really gone berserk. Oh, good. Oh, I thought we were done for there. Oh, we have a gold and a pot. Only the 25. Oh, that's a bit naff that the gold... You don't get a second gold out of it, out of the pot. Right, okay, that's good. We needed that to land. Come on. ×2. Oh, I seem to turn to bronze from gold. Yep, another shamrock. We're not going to get to the pot though, is it? Go on, shamrock by the pot. Okay, well, at least that keeps it going. Yeah, clutching at straws a bit here, really. Blimey, bronze fest, but might be alright, you never know. Another silver there.
And that's near the Shamrock, so that might be okay. Oh, need a bronze. Yep, got a bronze. Blimey, this is carrying on somehow. Will we get lucky again? No, not this time. Right. Okay, well, it all exploded at once there. I think it topped one of the silvers up, didn't it? But only by ×2. What did that all amount to? Oh, not too bad. That's not bad. 84 there. Can't grumble with that. Torpedo, good evening to you. And Carl, good evening there. Carl Murphy, good evening to you. Right, next one here, if I can see the screen properly, my Big Bass Boxing is the next one. Oh, must admit the eyes are going a bit. So, here we go. I did make the crummy joke earlier. Let's hope we land a knockout blow, and we did. We landed it on about the 4th press off the very first tees. So, it looks like that guy's is in jail for a while, isn't it? On the right, I can't remember his name. Oh, God. I'm going to spend this whole bonus trying to think of that guy's name. Charles Bronson. It's not Uncle Rod anymore, it's Charles Bronson. Come on, we need a few Charleses to land. Goodness me, this is dreadful. Right, we have a Bronson, but we're going to need a miracle to get any extra spins out of this. Maybe it is meant to be him. The first time I've named a character correctly. Good grief. That was absolutely terrible. Dear oh dear. What a shame, because it landed on 4th press and you get a £9 bonus. That's horrendous. Goodness me. It looks like history is repeating itself here. Well, Witch Heart Megaways next. Maybe that's it, Hayden. May well be that it's like the Big Bass 1000, whereas it's supposed to... Yeah, Hayden, I agree with that entirely. He's done his time. Let the guy go. But yeah, I think that's maybe who it is based on. It'll be the first time in 5 years running the channel that I've actually managed to name a character correctly. I'll have to think of a different name for him. Right, anyway, come on, let's have a good one on Witch Heart Megaways. Oh, yeah, you treble wins on this, don't you? And then you get the wilds sort of scattering around. Oh, plenty of cats there. Queen on the front. Oh, can we get over here? Yeah, we can. Queen on the front. Ah, it's not done it. Ah, what a shame. That might have been okay with that setup as well. Do got to land here. 1680, not bad. That'll be okay. 9. What do we need? A jack on the front? Definitely need a jack on the front now. Oh, that'll do. That'll do. That'll be a wild scattering now, shouldn't it? Left. Move to the left. Oh, we need to rely on luck. £1.80. That wasn't exactly the spectacular wild fest that I was hoping for there. And we got an exact amount, folks. Oh, it's cursed again. 52. There. It's a shame that. This probably wasn't a good enough setup with the ways on that round where it did qualify. There. Okay, Dogghouse, Hayden, which side do you want? You've probably got about 20 minutes to pick because it's a pragmatic, but happy to go either side. You can choose. Sticky, okay, thank you. Yeah, Ben, I can't help but wonder if they maybe could have made more of the wild sort of, you know, treble land there, really, because it should be the highlight and it should be spectacular there, but it wasn't there, really. Wait a minute. Oh, God. Oh, I'm a clown. Right. It didn't land, Dogghouse. I was looking at the wrong column on the screen. Oh, God, we've only got 2 blooming bonuses to play. Hooligan Hustle is next. Ah, God, I was thinking we had a lorry load still to play, and it all gone swimmingly well tonight. Just testing, Hayden, just testing. Just checking everyone's paying attention. Right, Hooligan Hustle, blimey. Well, I mean, it's a profitable bonus hunt. I might buy one on the moon to finish there, unless if we don't get a really good one. So Hooligan Hustle. Boom, 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 boom. And Tess, if you're still here. Otherwise, I'm going to go 5. Let's go 5. Let's go 5. Yeah, Sam and I actually named a symbol correctly tonight with Charles Bronson there, so I must correct my ways. Big win, are you sure? Okay. Oh, I'm not going to complain. Right, I was expecting a few pounds off that, so that's good. 29. Ah, yeah, of course, they're wild on the full thrill. Couldn't see that. Oh. Final thrill. Yeah, rub it in, yeah. Okay, what are the mystery blocks going to do? That might be okay. Oh, Eric Ten Hag's gone into fury mode there, doesn't it? $24, $5.40. Oh, that's not bad, is it? About 50 odd pounds, is it? 8 for that chap. And we get the hammer as well. Oh, that's quite a good final round, that. Yeah, another 2 on that. Any more for any more? God, what a walking stick at the end. Oh, it's a gift that keeps on giving, this. Right, well, it is high time I had a half-decent bonus. Duncan Ferguson, that's not a bad shout, Eddie. I may well use that. 183! Fantastic stuff. I sort of lost count after the first two chats. I thought that was going to be the highlight. What an excellent bonus. Finally, a decent bonus. That is good. Yeah, and we get Duncan Ferguson and Eric Ten Hag there as well. Right, we've got Duel at Dawn then to play out. And this will be the final one to play out. And then I'm going to buy the moon to finish. But I want to make sure I'm ending this on a nice profitable note tonight. I'll buy one bonus on the moon, which will cost about 160. And that is it after that. I'm going to have a champagne. Well, actually, I'm probably not. It's probably a bit late for that now. But I will open one of the Riojas. Should have done so earlier, actually. Let it breathe for a bit. Oh, there might be stuff in the cellar, but a bit far to go. Right. Anyway, let's see how we get on with this. So, Duel at Dawn. I never really had the jewelers combine with the cowboy fellow on this, which I assume is what you need. That's good. That's good. Plonk the wilds in a sensible place. That. Right. Might not be much. Only 2x as well. Oh, we're getting both? I can't see the symbols. 7x might be alright though. Yeah, 18 anymore? No, just the aces. There, not too sad though. Uh, 20x, any good ones? 30 there, not bad. So, 2 to go. Yeah, get the wagon wheels. 4x, Castlemaine. About the only time you ever want a 4x, isn't it, really? What a dreadful beer that is. Well, the 8s. There, 88, 80. So, but the balance there, you can see it in dollars, it is just over £2,000 now. So, got to be happy with that. I'm going to finish proceedings tonight with Mystery to the Moon, if it allows me to buy it. If not, I will buy a different game, because last week I had a bit of trouble loading the moon, but this has been an absolutely stonking evening, I must say. Hooligan Hustle paid the most there. I mean, the starting balance, for those that didn't hear that earlier, was just over 900. It's about 902 this evening, so it's a brilliant result. I mean, you know, 1100 up, less the purchase of this, so it's 940 up plus this to go, basically. But many thanks to everyone who tuned in. The bonuses, couple of good ones in there. They weren't the most spectacular lot in the world by any means, so, and that's 3 times running now where I've really landed quite a good number of bonuses on these live streams, and they've not paid that well. But the difference tonight was obviously the massive in-play win, which has basically turned it from being a sort of, you know, it wouldn't have been a devastating evening, it would have been a break-even sort of evening, but that's been the difference. So, let's buy the 6 scatters on this. 166. I'm sure it used to be 163. They've pushed the price a bit up. Ooh. 6 at the top? Oh, what? What's it landed? It's landed the Hoover, isn't it? So, yeah, not a lot. Not a lot. Yeah, thanks, PK. Been a cracking evening. Yeah, please do remember to like, folks, and please do subscribe if you haven't. Hit subscribe. Be chuffed with that. Right, we have our first portal. Yes, right, good. Okay, one more needed for the spins. Come on, just land one more for the spins. Then we're rocking and rolling. Oh dear, this is tightened up a bit. Oh, good grief. Oh no. Oh, after such a good start. This one is, Graham, but then if it lands 3 symbols on the next go, then it won't be. Right, come on. I don't know, I like this game. There's something compelling about it, but it's not looking promising, this. Oh dear. Right, well, looks like we're ending on a low note, folks, but I'm not going to go chasing. I am done after this, that is for sure. Come on, 3 portals. No, it couldn't be, couldn't be. Yeah, okay, just 17.10 off that, so... But that has been absolutely stonking, folks, and many thanks to everyone who tuned in. About sort of 970 up there this evening, so absolutely chuffed to bits with that. Yeah, and there'll be another live stream next week. What is the day today? It's Wednesday, isn't it? So the next video will be out on Friday, and obviously there's offers and various other bits and bobs going on gentlemangambler.com, my website. If you're able to have a look on that, I'd be obliged. But yeah, really appreciate everyone tuning in for what was a stonking live stream. Really enjoyed that, and some good banter there tonight as well. So thanks for watching, folks. All the best. Bye for now.